So I went to another phase of digging. I brought my larger metal detecting beach scoop out because it's a really good shovel. I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner, but that's perfect for what I need here. A good dig to see if there's any bigger bottles there, and a good sifter to sift out the mud. And look what finally popped out. It might be, I don't know why I like shot glasses so much, but when a shot glass comes out intact, without even the tiniest little chip on the lip, how cool is that? Awesome little find. I know it's not every day you see a comb that at one point in time was this pretty. Look at that guy. I really like the design of this comb and the color of it. And despite the lacking number of bristles or prongs that it has now, it's still probably more than I need. So I reached down to grab this little piece. Not really sure what it is. I didn't think it was broken initially, but it is broken off on top. And it says Japan on it, so I thought that this could be a part of a base of one of those figurines. And with the Japan marking on it and this kind of porcelain material, it has to be. But I also, and whenever I get low, I take the opportunity to scan. Do you see it? It's the same color as the ground, but there's shape to it. So just an arm's length reach, I can even see the pin on it. There's a little buckle. Nothing to do flips over, but you do want to see these. You want to find them. Okay, here's a really important tip. If you're mudlarking, beach combing, if you're doing anything that requires you to bend over a lot and pick things up off the ground, let me get my backpack off for a second. There is something you really desperately have to pay attention to. Our back does not like to bend a lot like this in a rounded position. That is going to wear down your lower back. If you haven't already had some version of back pain or a back injury doing this, it's going to happen. You have to practice keeping your back straighter. See the difference between what my back looks like now versus what my back looks like now? This will create magnificent back pain and back issues in the future. So there's a couple options. You do need to bend your knees more, which will allow you to keep a straighter back. Of course, that's going to put pressure on your knees, which we can talk about later, keeping the knees stronger so that doesn't create a problem. But basically, your knees can handle about a 90-degree bend without there being any real issues in the knee joint. Anything lower than that is going to be a problem. So I also, which is part of the reason why I have the knee pads, I'll take a knee. This way, I can rest the weight off my back and even now keep a straighter torso. Oh, it's just a huge bird that just flew by. But I can pick things up off the ground. Another option is to have a scooper or one of those hand pickers that can grab things from the ground so you don't have to bend over and pick them up. It's really, really important because if you do this, we do this a lot. The more times you do it, the more likely you find things. But then that means there's more bending. Our backs typically have a set number of bends before, that's bad bends, before it actually gives out and creates some kind of inflammatory response or worse yet, an injury. So you want to preserve some of those bends, learn how to bend properly, and in another scenario, people with stronger backs get more bends before something happens. So look into maybe possibly some sort of strength program that I could potentially be leading into. If that's something you would want me to do, I can start to put up maybe mini videos that show you some potential strength exercises that you can do on your own. That's my forte. That's what I do for a living. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist. I have a degree in exercise physiology, and I still learn a lot from some of the higher-ups with PhDs in this area of interest, and there's some extraordinary new information out there on stuff you can do on your own to protect your lower backs and all the other joints in the body.
If this is something you might be interested in, leave a comment in the comment section that you would like some exercise-related videos, short videos.
One more option too is when I bend, if I'm gonna hip hinge a little bit, which is sticking my hips back, I'm always posting on both thighs or one thigh when I go to pick something up. Try not to do it with no pressure here, or your back is gonna take the brunt of all the compression. Something's overhead. It's so strange to do this scraping method and then have on top of it pop out a coin. No metal detector, no pinpointer. This was just sitting wedged right on top. I thought it was just the bottom part of a cap, the plastic in there, but nope. It's a buffalo nickel, and you might even be able to catch the date on that, which is very rare for these nickels. Just popped out. Now I gotta search that thing, that pile. Look at some of these magnificent pieces that just came out. Boy, I wish that was intact. That's a great color. Some older blue willow. I love the little boat there. And this cool piece. All right, I was waiting for some tiny perfumes to pop up. I'm just starting to get into a better spot with some things coming out. But I still thought this would be a more efficient way to do it. I'm still doing the big long sifter. Look at that pretty thing. Love the shape of that one. I'm not gonna mess this up this time. I got a really nice milk glass because it looks like milk. It's not cobalt blue, but that's an old one, and that just popped out of my sifter. As white as can be. Oh, I think I see something really cool that I just pulled out. Let's give it some room. And first look and make sure nothing else came out with it. Look at this guy. That is minus a few little chips. Oh, look at that, it has Germany written on it. That's an insulator. I'm pretty sure they're porcelain. I think that's right. Look at that thing, that is cool. Germany. Good find. I'm loving this one. Definitely felt this one down there. Felt it with the tip of the shovel. Got underneath it and pulled it up. Look at that pretty bottle. Yeah, that's a Ferrolaw bottle, full pint. Great design on it. And I gotta take that one home. Great. Whoa, it's almost in great shape. Very cool. Might be something else in there, but this is a cool hit. Here's another great tip. If you just spent a couple hours out here mudlarking already, take a break, sit down. It's always a rush. I'm always in a rush because I usually got to get back somewhere. That I'm just doing full court press, digging the whole time. It's worth resting your back to take a little break. Take a breather. And don't forget to bring your water. Got a nice smaller milk of magnesia, magnesia bottle, made in the USA. Last week I got 2 bigger versions of this, but I do like the cobalt blue. Or is it milk glass? Look at the incoming tide now working in my favor, besides those 2 crabs right there. Hi guys, they're big for here. Look at that piece of pottery popping out. But you can see how quickly this is rushing in. So everything I dug in this water, I'm gonna stick around for a little bit and see what happens when the first layer of mud comes off and see what pops out, besides the crabs. I thought I was gonna have to put a special disclaimer in the beginning of this video saying that no marbles were found on this chute. But I finally got one. And look at that, it might be a clay marble. It's not a Bennington. Feels strange. I'm pretty sure it's a marble. But after doing about 3 hours of center sifting, everything in the center of this river, we found no marbles except for this one. What does that tell us? They're probably not there. I knew there had to be more of these guys in here somewhere. Another perfume, little tiny bugger. Just imagine the top of this guy popping out and not seeing that it was just a lid. But I believe it is uranium glass. Just look at the difference between the older model porcelain lid and the newer ones. Look at the swirls and the bluish tint to the one on the left, and kind of the duller white look on the one on the right.
Another helpful tip, if you're out there and the bugs are killing you, the no-seams are out now, the green-headed flies are out right now, it's a deal breaker if you're out there and you didn't bring some kind of repellent. I'm not a big chemical guy, I know, shoot me. One of those naturopaths shoot me with like maybe a bug spray or chemical spray. I use peppermint oil. I'm not selling this stuff, I'm not even gonna tell you the name of this brand, it's just essential peppermint oil. It's really, really strong in this form. You might want to water it down. It's 100% essential peppermint oil, but it works really well. I have the actual green flies land on me and they shake their head and they're gone. They want nothing to do with the smell. The no-seams don't even land on me. It's pretty powerful. I can't believe it works that well. And again, it's way better than spraying chemicals on your skin. Just a thought. Hey, buddy.
If there's a chance that you are actually allergic to peppermint oil, don't use it.
And by not watering this down when I use it, I don't even put it on my skin. I'll put it on the actual brim of my hat, I'll put it on the shoulders of my clothing, I'll put it on my shorts, but I'm probably not going to put the really strong, concentrated stuff on my skin. Because right now I was sweating a little bit today, and some of the peppermint oil leaked out of my hat onto my brow, and it burns a little bit. It's not getting red, it's no reaction, but I feel it. It's like a menthol effect.